Okay, quick look at this swing here. This looks like it's Dalton Moore. So why don't we just get right into it here? Let this run a little bit. Okay, let's back that up a little bit. Couple of things that I'm seeing right away. Let's pay. Okay, let's start here. Let's pay close attention to where we are right here with our hands. Okay, that's outside the body frame. What we want to do is try to keep it a little bit closer, inside the frame, for lots of reasons. But that's not, what concerns me most. That's one thing I would, that's an easy fix that can be worked on there. But let's look at, a couple of other things. When this batter tries to stride to the ball, when he makes, what we talk about is the commitment to swing, which is when there's the foot coming down, when his heel comes down right there, he's ready to swing, okay? At no time at load did he barrel load with his bat. You'll see that his bat remains in this position here, thereabouts, okay? At no point does the bat attempt to get above the head, okay? And what we would like to see, is let's take a look at where it is right here. It never really kind of moves, and we'll use a different color to illustrate where it should be. It's about here, okay? So we'll back this up and leave it there. I mean, it never really gets to the load position where it should be, okay? So that's problem number one. This batter is going to have trouble creating angular velocity, and typically what we'll see, and I haven't really looked yet, but we'll see these hands come down as opposed to around, okay, creating that nice natural arc, which is going to increase bat speed, leading to higher exit velocity. So that's number one. I mean, this is public enemy number one when the hands come down, for bat speed. That's just creating what's called a long swing or lag in the swing. So, this batter, number one, should start with keeping his hands inside his frame at rest when he's just standing there in his typical stance. But when he loads, he definitely needs to create more barrel load to help increase that angular velocity. And, if you follow me on Twitter, you see a lot of the angular velocity tags that I put on there, and the definition where bat speed comes from, stuff like that. So that needs to be cleaned up. Another thing that I see that I don't like right away, and we talk about this a lot, is this lever here. Now this boy's at least 6'2", 6'3". He has the body to create an extraordinary lever to increase the other part of the formula that creates bat speed. And I talk about this all the time. The longest golf club in the bag is the driver for a reason. When you shorten your lead arm like this at load, you're robbing yourself of more bat speed. So we're gonna let this roll a little bit more, and see, that's his elbow going down. Let's look at his elbow go down, okay, instead of through. And that's public enemy number one. So one of the things I've been doing with the kids lately, the varsity guys, is I've been putting a Wave Master back here. So if they touch that Wave Master, let's get real creative here. There's my Wave Master. So if we get the Wave Master back there and they clip it with their bat, then their bat path is not efficient. And one of the things that more advanced batting coaches look for is proper bat path to the ball, and this is just a real easy one. If you're ever, looking at a young kid or anything like that, and you see what I just showed you here, that elbow coming down as opposed to through, that's public enemy number one for bat speed. So let's let this roll a little bit more and continue. It's good flexion and impact. It's one of the things we've been working at, so that's very good. Dalton here has flexion and impact. He's not too far out front. This is probably an inside pitch because I can see that his left elbow is well flexed. That's pretty good. Again, I would like to see more length and back knee drive. That's not bad. His leg actually gets off the ground. That's pretty good. Okay. What I don't like, though, and I think what's going to start to happen, he's a little bit on his front toe and not his heel here. And I'll bet you what's going to happen here is his shoulders are going to lock. That front foot is off. Let me illustrate that. That front foot is often a window into how authentic our hips are. And what I'm seeing here, I will bet that, this batter will stop and maybe even leak out of his back foot. There it is. Okay, right there. Now I want you to take notice of his back foot here, okay, because the feet work together. Okay, so look at the back foot here, and specifically look to see if the ankle, okay, comes closer to the plate. If the ankle is closer to the plate than the toe, in terms of, this line right here, okay, if that happens, then you have what's called an energy leak, and that means your hips have stopped rotating or stopped turning, as I'm always harping on. They're not turning, okay? So what we're seeing here, let me clear that up so you can get a better look at it. What I just saw in that couple frames ago is this, look at that ankle, is clearly closer to the, has broken that plane, okay? And the toe has not. That tells us that our hips and shoulders are locked. See, his shoulders are just locked there. On an inside pitch, he should be well through there. Does he also keep two hands? No, he does decelerate with one hand. That's good. But, when we have that locking on the toe a little bit too much, I mean, he's really not on his heel enough there, then we're going to see that energy leak out of the back because something's going to rotate. And those shoulders are locked right there. They're not turning anymore. And for an inside pitch, that really can't be the case. Let's just run through and see if we can pick up another swing or two here. I'm not sure how many we have here. Take this in full motion. There again, that load right there. It's almost like he's got like a flat back load there, with the barrel load, I should say. Sorry, and it's. I don't think it really ever. We want it to eventually get to here. Let me use a different color there. Sorry. So here's where his bat is. Okay, and I keep harping on this because this is a huge, huge, huge mistake, and it needs to be corrected. What we want to see is when he gets to load, the barrel should be about there. There isn't a major league player that swings with his barrel not in that launched position. It's necessary to create angular velocity. Again, I keep talking about the Twitter page because I always post this stuff. There's physics behind everything that I'm talking about here, and the kids should have a working understanding of the terminology used so they can help themselves. So what we're seeing right here is, this batter's bat is the white marking. The blue bat is where it should be at load. So you can see that it's a nice bright yellow bat or orange bat, so you can see that it doesn't really load too much at all. That's not a load. Now it's better than the white line, but that's still not a load. Now, when we actually have, if I were to put him side by side with somebody, you would see, the bat would be here, and the knob would go towards the catcher and the umpire. Would continue down there. Whereas his knob, the best it gets, let's see. And that's about as best as his knob gets right there, and that's going straight down. Okay, and that's not good enough. That's something that needs to be corrected. Okay. Moving forward there is a good load. I like the leg lift trigger there. Again, not enough load. This pitch looks away. Oh, and he doesn't even swing at it. Okay. Yeah, there it is. It looks away, and he takes it. Okay. So let's let it go to another one. Sorry about that. I didn't know he wasn't going to swing. I haven't seen this yet, so I apologize. Let's see if there's one more in here. Again, look at the bat and where it is, okay? It never creates a natural barrel load. There's a little bit there, but again, not enough. If I were to draw a straight line with that barrel load, it would be going out here, okay? It needs to be more in that direction. And keep in mind, that's the best barrel load he's had yet, okay? And then we'd like to see more of a lever there, especially with the tall kid. All right, this is a nice outside pitch. You can tell this is an outside pitch and down. Look at his arm stays long, his lead arm there. It doesn't flex at impact. So this is probably where this batter likes to hit the ball. Because he does not load, terribly well, getting to the outside pitch is probably best for him. If I were a pitching coach, I would challenge him in all day long. So I'll bet you he hit this one pretty well. Again, though, there's the shoulder lock, okay? And there is tremendous energy leak right here. Right there, you see his back ankle was rolling and the front ankle should roll. You really should never leave that 90-degree, perpendicular position from that foot to the pitcher. And he does. His ankle rolls, and that's the wrong ankle to be rolling. If you want an example of what ankle should roll, I have 9 public videos on Twitter about, what we're looking for here, and you can put these side by side. But, that's a couple of things that definitely need to be cleaned on. There's a lot of work that needs to go into this swing. For such a big, powerful kid, he's not using his body efficiently. There it is again. This one's out. He's a little bit late on this one. This one looks more down the middle, and he misses it. See that? He misses that one there. I'll bet you he gets a lot of a lot of rollovers, a lot of foul balls. And there's that leak again. Look at the leak. The back ankle there is leaking beyond his toes, again, which is indicating to us that the hips have stopped rotating, and he is not efficiently engaging his body at impact. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I would certainly hop on Twitter and pay attention to everything that's on there. And I'll see you in the cage.